Alright, so because we're going to have mains in the field, and I've got a couple of little transformers from Meanwell. Actually, I've got a 12 volt and we've got a 24 volt for doing various jobs with exposed terminals and everything. So what I thought we'd do is buy little cabinety things to put inside the shed. I don't want it. If anybody's going to touch it, it'll be me. I just want it locked away, right? And put a little sticker on it, you know, mains do not open, blah blah blah. However, it takes a 3mm screw, and I'm not very accurate. So what I'm going to do is I've transfer punched a piece of paper here, and we'll drill 4mm holes. And then somewhere over here in this project, I've got a ton of screws and stuff, but let's get the holes on the back plane. We can't drill it out because I took the back plane out and I now can't find it. Oh, here it is. So I'll take this piece of paper. I mean, I'll get my engineering punch, but I just wanted to make sure because we've got holes for the nuts and bolts and stuff. Right, so I was just checking. We have plenty of room, but we don't want a hole punch, you know, where there's already a hole, you know? So, since there's holes there, you go right to the top? No. I reckon there. Let's just tape that on in place. I don't have sellotape. I've got a little bit of this. I mean, basically, I can't think of any other way of doing this. Oh, and I can't find my little clip-on spectacle microphone thing. It's in my box of tricks somewhere, and I just can't be bothered. Alright, let's go and punch this out. I actually went right through the paper when I did this, so it's quite a good guide. Is this still working? Yeah. It's a long time since I've used this. So what we're going to do is drill out 4mm. That'll give me 0.5 millimeter tolerance for accuracy, and we can get some. Oh, this assumes I've got 4mm drill bits. Five, 2, 6, 7, 4. Brilliant. Brand spanking new. It felt like I had snapped the drill bit. In fact, I haven't. It was not centered properly in the chuck, I believe. This is my inexperience of using this thing, which I got really cheap a long time ago. Right, that is definitely wrong. The drill bit's wandering. Good. Okay, well, it turns out there's one hole we haven't done. So I'll just de-wiring this. Let's go over here. I mean, it's jobs like this that just hold you up all the time. I mean, I suppose to do a job badly is really easy. There we are. Because, you know, I've got to work out how big these screws are. You have to look at the data sheet. And then you go find your supplier. I want 3mm, not more than 6mm long screws. Oh, while I'm at it, I need to save the shipping. I need the screws for that other thing. So you can spend evenings sourcing and making sure you're all together. Anyway, I've just matched these up. I'm absolutely perfect. I checked and checked this, but if we line up, that's the holes roughly correct. I should have moved it a tiny bit because these bottom bolts aren't going to fit in properly, or top bolts, depending if I do it upside down, and then at least it could sit on something. Blast. Well, it's not a deal breaker, but basically do I redo the holes by how much? There's not a lot of room. Alright, so false alarm. Alright, I thought, well, let me start again. Alright, so where I've drilled these holes is perfect, alright? Other than the fact I can't get to the bottom nuts, in the cabinet. Like the cabinet's going somewhere, it doesn't matter. So I have looked at retemplating the holes, but it turns out that these big holes at the top are where I'd want to drill a hole. So, I mean, well, what's the bloody point? So I either make a new plate, hello, no thank you, or I'll just hold it in place with 2 nuts, because it ain't going to go anywhere, alright? So now I've got to just work out where to put it, so it's all in the right place. I've got to find the right screwdriver for these. Feels about right. I've never understood the difference between these crosshead stuff, Oh, hang on a minute, I've tested these out. They do fit. The spec was 3mm. So why is that not going in? I think it's because I've got the wrong bloody screwdriver. It's kind of slipping around. Aha. I've still got the wrong screwdriver, but never mind. I've never understood the difference between Phillips, crosshead, giraffe, dog neck. They all seem to have a different bloody spec. I shall go on ChatGPT and ask him. For some reason, I've bought 12 screws, which is ideal. But normally I buy packs of 50, so they must have been bloody expensive or something. All right, there you go, 2 transformers, and it looks like I fitted them so they will, I could do either way. I could either hang them so I can get to and then the cables will come straight out the bottom. I think we'll just do that. All right, after some consideration, they're going in this way. It's not going in. If it wasn't a transformer, to be honest, I would just hit it with a hammer. I'm literally a squillionth of an inch out, so it would just fit in. Alright, well I'll show you what I've done. I was about to say don't laugh, we can laugh all you like. It's actually a bit of neatness here. So, I have just nibbled the chassis of the transformer, the power supply, away teeny bit. You can just probably see it there. And it goes in now. Perfect. That's quite easy. It's quite nice actually. I can get to everything now. Look, and there's a bit of room. We can lock it. Put a sticker on it. Mains. Lovely. Oh, I just had a thought. Actually, we need to. This needs connected to station ground as well, doesn't it? I found a nice little place for it. Just here, you know, out of the way, because it's not coax switching. It's mains. I've got mains, you know, I don't know. But at least I can get to it, that's the point. And it gives me a handy little top here to put my coffee. But I got a question. I'm going to have a lot of cables going backwards and forwards. Now I can just cut the cables, make them all neat, cable tie them to some cable tie thingies, right? I don't really want to put them in conduit or trunking, because then I can never get to it. So it just needs to be laid out. What would you do? I think laid out nicely with cable ties and some sort of, you can get those little things that you can drill in and gives you a little hook for a cable tie, doesn't it? Then we can have like all low power above, high power underneath, and then we got a ton of coax, which we'll probably string. I'm thinking kind of, you know, up somehow out the way, because I mean there's going to be at least 8 coaxes going in. So that's it. And then last, I think it was Sunday, I put the coax out in. So I bought another one of those U-bends. The 100, I think it's 100 and something. It's a weird, it's not actually 90 degrees it turns out, but it doesn't matter. It's 110 mil, which is 4.5 inches. It's 110 in the UK. And it's underground pipey stuff, right? I think. Maybe, might not be. Cut a hole in the wall, put it on. So that's, I'm ready to go there. So next week is coax switching, because I now got the power supply in. I can fit everything else on the back wall here, look. So it's coming along. I think I'll put a playlist together of all this whole coax distribution bunker switchy thingy, right? I'll put a link in the description. I'll try and remember to do that, because I know that Simon wanted to understand G4 TVR, is an old mate of mine, how the 2 Genius switches and the OM module and the 8 AB switch all work together. And then the next learning curve is the rotator controller from these people with the magnetic sensors. It could be quite interesting. All right, I'm roasting here again, here in the UK, but rains tomorrow. All the best to you.